Hello, this is Cara from Cara Tarot with a reading for Sunday, June 8th, 2025. Today I'm using the Botticelli Tarot and the Friar's Delight Lenormand using a 3-card plus spread by Vincent Pitisci, the third dimension spread. I've used this before a couple days ago. So I've already shuffled extensively. So we have the topic, the challenge, and the potential outcome. And then this spread adds one more for each. Let me make sure we're all on the screen. We're not, okay. Here. So the topic is the King of Pentacles. The Kings are about mastery. They're also about thought and intellect. The Kings are about the culmination of that suit, which is material belongings, whether it's financial, whether it's business, or whether it's just material possessions. So that's the topic for today. The challenge is the Ace of Wands, new beginnings, the desire to really spring forth into a new project, creativity. And in this particular instance, receiving creativity and in this case, perhaps even trying to say, oh no, I'm not worthy. So it's creativity on a grand scale. And the potential outcome is the Seven of Chalices, having a lot of choices, having a lot of things to choose from and options and perhaps distractions. So now we're going to use these qualifying cards to illuminate these. We have the topic, which is the King of Pentacles again, with the Moon, so things that are hidden, things that are perhaps intuitive or even secret, things that this also has a beginning of moving forward, but very watery. We go from the water to the water there, a ship there with the Moon. So things hidden in night. And I have to stop here. And this is the reality of me trying to record readings as a senior caregiver. I can get called away for about 10 minutes to do a lot of messy jobs. So we're back to the basic premise of this, with the King of Pentacles influenced by the Moon and the Devil. So we have secret things, unconscious things, as well as things that are obsessing us, things that we may even feel powerless to resist or tied to, when that is not really the case. So that is our premise for today, is that here we have, and so this is quite possibly has to do with finances and spending, because we have here, the King of Pentacles, of material things. Could also have to do with collecting, and maybe impulse buys or little plans that we're keeping from other people because they wouldn't approve of what we're planning to do. So that's our premise. The things working against this are the desire to just get moving forward. So we don't want to keep it secret. We just want to go ahead and do it. And here I'll start with the Seven of Swords, which is often equated with theft. But here we have a more pastoral scene of someone giving food and water to the sheep. And water at the well here. But the Seven of Swords is often associated with duplicity, theft. So, and then we are combining this with the devil. So since we're talking about material things, I think it's quite possible that and this is our premise, it's quite possible that on this level, we know that if we just jump ahead and get whatever we're thinking about getting, or we dive into whatever project we're thinking about getting, we could be potentially stealing from ourselves in the future. It's the opposite of the planning of the King of Pentacles. And then our potential outcome, well, here we have just more temptations that if we give into this temptation, there are always more temptations that come along, more ideas that fly by. So, and here again, we've got the secret desires and the possible theft. And although watering, when you add this watering to it, it could also just be about taking care of things, the need to take care of things. And so we have these in conflict. And I'm going to do these Lenormand cards in a different way today. I'm going to add one to each area. We have Mountain there. We have Lord here. And we have Heart here. So the Mountain card is an obstacle. I will also, let me look at this for a moment here. This is the Eight of Wands, so flying fast and furious at us. So we've already been told we have an obstacle to this, to our mastery and our ability to control our material world and to act with rational thought. We have an obstacle here, and it is this feeling like we don't have a choice, secrets, and intuition. So again, we're getting this message that we have an obstacle. This 28 Lord is the King of Hearts, I believe, not the Ace of Hearts, because this is a significator male in this deck. So the King of Hearts is, of course, the King of Emotions. So emotions are opposing this emotion. We already knew that from these emotions. This is the mastery of emotions. So in a way, that might be good. It's telling us that you can master your emotions. You don't have to fall a victim to your emotions. And you don't have to, you can have more thought and more rational control in your emotions instead of just jumping forward with these things. But if you don't, we've got this outcome, Heart. The heart is just emotional choices, reacting with your heart. And when you add it to these, which are about too many choices, possible theft, then that becomes the card for heartbreak. Now, that's the Jack of Hearts, which is either the Page or the Knight of Hearts in a typical deck. And again, this is the wanting to move forward, wanting to jump forward, wanting to take that message forward with your emotions. And so this is kind of saying, this whole layout, if you persist in acting emotionally and do not use this as your guide, the potential outcome is heartbreak. So some tough words for a Sunday, but Sunday's a great day for recalibration before you start your week. So maybe it's the right time for this, to have some tough words with yourself and where you're headed and what you want to do, and put that in context with what you really want to do. Do you really want to be tied to these choices of obsession and subterfuge, or do you want to enact more like him and take control over your heart? Happy Sunday. This is Cara from Cara Tarot. Thank you.